Before we begin, I have a disclaimer. In this video, I'll be talking about cameras and lenses, and these things have little bits and pieces. They have glass and metal, which may not be the best for kids. So what I'm trying to say is that this video isn't for kids. I'm not targeting this towards kids. Now that that's out of the way, we can begin. Hi, I hope you're having a good one. And this is the Canon 32mm f1.4 for the EOS M. It's a lens released in September of 2018 at $479, but I got it used with a reasonable discount. I've had it for about a month now, although I haven't been able to test it fully yet. I haven't been able to go out that much, really. Although I still have some thoughts to share regarding this lens, and I'll start with the build quality. So this lens follows the same design as the rest of the EFM lineup, which to me is good. I like that it's clean, it's modern, simple design, not really much of bumps or whatever. And then it's made out of plastic and metal. And I like that it also has a metal mount, unlike the other lenses in the lineup. And at 235 grams, this is about half the weight of my last portrait setup, which is the 85mm 1.8 and the EF to EFM adapter. That's quite heavy for the EFM, really. Although it's not a macro lens, I appreciate that it can focus down to 0.23 meters, which is pretty close and can be really useful in some situations. And speaking of focus distance, this lens has a focus limiter switch. Actually, it's the only switch that's in the lens itself. I know other manufacturers have focus limiters in camera, but I appreciate this tactile button so I won't get frustrated digging through the menus or figuring out why my lens won't focus at a certain distance. So that's neat. I do wish EFM lenses have a manual and autofocus switch on the lenses themselves. With the same reason as I did with this focus limiter, it's one less button, it's one less setting to think about. As you look at the lens, you see where it's at. And I know Canon's STM lenses aren't made for manual focusing, but there are times when lenses just won't focus. And if there's that switch on the lens, it's just one click away. Anyway, the focus speed isn't as fast as, say, the 10 to 18mm or Canon's other EOS M lenses. And I believe this lens has a similar focusing motor as the 22mm STM, which serves my needs 90% of the time or even more, so there's really no issue there for me. To put it simply, this lens is sharp, even wide open. I don't have my 50mm and 85mm f1.8 anymore, but I believe if we compare all three lenses at f1.8, this lens will beat those two easily. So far, I haven't been impressed with the colors. To me, in my experience, this has the same color rendering as the 22mm and the 10 to 18. They're somewhat muted and flat, unlike the other EFM primes like the 85 and 50, as I've mentioned. The out of focus area that this lens produces isn't as smooth as I expected for a 1.4 lens. However, it's good enough to tame busy backgrounds, and especially when you're close to your subject, it really blurs it out. Of course, it's a 1.4, but now that I think about it, maybe it's the 32mm nature of the lens. 32mm is still kind of a wide angle in full frame terms, not really the standard 50. But I haven't tested this lens enough, so maybe take that with a grain of salt. I'm not giving any final conclusions yet. I'm giving this lens a chance. I'll try everything and put it through its paces, and that's about it. That's about what I have about this lens right now. This is probably my first video that comes with a blog, so check the descriptions to see if I did make one, and if not, then links to my other projects will be down there, including the free music that I created that you can use for YouTube. In fact, one of the tracks is probably playing in the background right now. Anyway, if you have any questions about the lens, about the EOS M, EOS M50 and whatnot, please comment them down below, and thanks for watching. See you on the next one.